Hello, everyone. Hi, Charlene. Hi, Crossform Campaign Terrain. Good to see you. Hi, Soltanic. Glad to see that you found your way here. Mia Geeked. Always a pleasure. And Questboard Terrain. Hope you're doing great, Kim. Okay, so it's showtime, I guess. We've got an. Oh, hi, the end. Good to see you. Okay, we've got another crafting challenge on today. This has been postponed for a couple of times, so it's been running a bit longer than others. And although we did not get a lot of entries, we have some really good ones. So we're going to go over that in a second. The objective for today was to make something that was out of our comfort zone. So either picking something that, the kind of thing that you always wanted to try but never got around to making, or just something that you have no idea how to make. So, just go for it. And what we're going to see today is just that kind of thing. Okay. And since Soltenik is here, I'm just going to go out and say that while he was not taking part in this challenge, he did go and start a YouTube channel while the challenge was running. And I'm kind of going to count that. So I'm just going to drop the link in the chat over here. So if anyone wants to go to say hello to him later, there we go. Okay, we've been yeah, Nick and I have been talking for several hours over the last week over Dungeon Jam. We'll be talking about that later too, but now let's go on to the challenge. And we shall start with campaign terrain because I know for a fact he was very keen on this one. Cross, I know that you mentioned before that you will not be able to join a call. If you change your mind, just let me know. But he actually finished some of his things, I think it was 3 or 4 weeks ago. So good on him. And he actually had the time to make a second entry. Just losing track of my windows all over the place here. Okay, so let's start with Cross's first entry, which is the Ablasdur. Okay, I know that Cross is mostly a fantasy person. So I think the point here was to go into sci-fi terrain. Is that right, Cross? Okay, I see some very nice layered foam board here. Cardboard edging. Suppose this is... Oh, okay. Same piece, but with the blast door moved out of the way. And closed all the way. So Cross has been working on these builds on his stream for the last month or so. So if anyone wants to catch up on the construction, link is coming in the chat. One. There we go. Okay. So what we've got here is, if I understand this correctly, we've got these toggles which can be used to... Excuse me, that was a really loud motorbike going out the window. Past the window, not out the window. Out the window is where I would have sent it, but never mind about that. I saw Cross working on this during a stream. Lots of movement logistics to make it functional. Okay, and yeah, note, paint stuff before assembly. There's a reason it's unpainted. Yeah, I can imagine because that's a lot of layers in there and moving parts. Okay, and I'm guessing these toggles over here are used to open and close it. Yeah, looks like that. It's a neat way of doing it. To be honest, I'm not a really big fan of making movable parts on builds purely because of wear and tear. But if you can pull it off, it's always really lots of fun to have. Movable things. At the end of the day, they're our toys. So always fun to move things around. Okay, this is some good crafting cross. Okay, and next going on to the outpost. Start with the work in progress. Ooh, okay. So I have a corrugated cardboard build, some foam core, I imagine. Nice. Again, simple materials used really well. Those little details around here and here really add to it. Okay, and we have these. Oh, wow. Okay. Altogether, the blast door, 10 layers of foam core thick plus 4 layers of spacer cardstock. Yeah, you're not going to get a paintbrush in there after it's assembled. Okay, I'm not sure what these units here are, but again, that's more detail. I see that you're using some wooden blocks in there. Nice and simple. Let's see what it looks like when it's painted. Ooh, yeah, super proud of how well this building turned out. Yeah, no kidding. The aircon units are not attached; they can be placed separately. That's a nice touch because it's always fun to throw different configurations of things in there. That's good stuff. Ooh. Did you also put some weathering on this thing? Wood blocks of the AC units are dollar store Jenga blocks. That's a good resource. Yeah, I mean, definitely a solid piece. Could see it as a game objective in a game of Star Wars or I don't know, 40k stuff like that. Possibly not 40k. I mean, there's not enough skulls on it for that kind of thing. But yeah. Okay, let's see. The windows, little bits, and the frames are not separate. They are just painted to contrast to give the impression. Okay. So yeah, again, campaign terrain. Great job here. This is some really good stuff. And again, I like the materials you've chosen. They're simple, they're easy to find, and they're just put together in a really good way. Again, you can catch Cross on his streams. I believe you stream every Sunday. Not sure about what time it is local to you, but I believe it's a few hours after this stream. Is that correct? Just put a message in the chat. The most difficult part from a fiddly perspective were the window frames. Difficult to cut out. Do you mean the rectangular frames or the whole circular part? Because yeah, I mean, if you're cutting a little square out of cardboard, it can be a bit annoying. So usually what I do for that is I use a smallest blade I can find, and I nick the corners first before I cut out the edges. So that's for the interior window. Sorry, for the cutout in the window. Because the corners are, you really want to make a stop cut, so you don't want to overcut that. That's why you always want to cut from the corner towards the center. Yeah, also. Yeah. Hey, Dungeon Matron, good to see you. Well, you just missed the campaign terrain's builds, so yeah, I'm just going to bring them up again. Quick summary. We've got this awesome looking bunker. And a blast door, blast wall, whatever, with movable parts. Okay, I really think you went over the top with this one, but man, it looks good. Okay, going up next. Let's see, who do we have? Okay, we can skip mine for now. Okay, let's see. Mia. Ooh, lots of stuff in here. Okay, Mia, if you want, would you like to join on a voice call on Discord and walk us through this? It was fun to watch him make this in his live stream. Yeah, no kidding. I don't watch them live because it's like 1 or 2 in the morning for me, but I always try to catch them on the replay. Okay, let's see. I can join the call. Okay, just give me a second. I'll ring you up. Here we go. Hello.
Hey.
Hey, how's it going?
Oh, good. Let me shut this other thing down. Hello?
Hey, how have you been?
I'm all right, thanks.
Okay, so what have you got for us here today?
Sorry, Kyle. I had to get myself completely set up there. Can you
Hey,
see me at all? I don't know.
I can see you, yeah.
I feel like I'm...
1 sec. Let me just bring on the guest camera. Hold on, please.
Okay, well, what we have here is, I know some of these things came up, and I made them for some of the challenges that were in the past.
Okay. So first thing I'm seeing is some kind of picture frame, yeah?
Yeah, my cousin, who's also a big D&D fan, his birthday was coming up, and I had seen a video on, I want to say, tabletop engineer. He had created a display box, and I was like, well, I'll just do that for him. So I made a display box for my cousin for his birthday.
Okay, so this is foam core, yeah?
Yeah, that's some Elmer's foam core because of its rigidity, and then I got into some insulation foam too as well.
Okay.
Pardon me, I'm having allergy issues.
Okay. Bless. Okay, so this is the insulation foam going on here, yeah? Sorry, I'm trying to find the window again. Okay, so that's pencil textured. Ooh, okay.
Yeah, it's kind of I'm a little behind because I'm not seeing what you're showing on screen other than on YouTube. So, and that's about 30 or 40 seconds
Okay, yeah,
behind.
oh, yeah, sorry. Let me see if I can... Just try to bring up the virtual camera for you. There we
go. Oh, there we go. Thank you. Yeah, definitely a lot of that was like 1/2 inch foam that I basically cut in half to make like 1/4 inch to create the walls and everything. So yeah, just built that frame to fit inside that box to fit inside the picture frame, and then went to town. The columns there were actual full columns that I just split in half so I could stick them into the box. But up until that point, I had really only ever made like tiles and a couple of columns and things, but I had never really tried to do a display box, and hadn't really worked on making walls in the past either.
I mean, I don't know, because if you can make tiles, you can make walls. It's just pretty much the same process.
Pretty much the same thing, yeah. So it wasn't a complex project. Just
still, I mean, like there's always the jump between making an individual piece and then making an entire scene. That's a pretty big jump.
Yeah.
Oh, I love the color of the stone over here.
And then coming down into that stonework, there's a lot of like chipped off pieces of foam to build up the cave where the little like looks like a little dragon born or something coming out there down on the left-hand corner. But just a bunch of sand and rocks and paint. I mean, it really came together pretty quick once I sort of had an idea where I was going. So, but in hindsight, I was like, well, I really wish I had done this different. But I haven't actually made another one since then, and that's been like, I don't know, 4 or 5 years.
What would you have done differently?
I'm sorry, Karl, what was that?
Sorry, I said, what would you have done differently?
Yeah, I may have done a little bit more with the floors themselves. Maybe put a little more decorative items on the ends of the box. Maybe like another door that would kind of lead out maybe one of the right or left-hand sides. And maybe a door like the center door on top, maybe a door like that coming out on one of those lower levels at the bottom or in the middle section.
So
include maybe a trap, like a pendulum hanging down,
so more like dressing it up rather than the structure itself.
Yeah, just give it a little more decor, yeah. But I have several frames that I've bought over the years with the intention of making more, and I just, I procrastinate and build other stuff.
There's always later. I mean, maybe
yeah, full credit's got to go to Jim at Tabletop Engineer. I mean, totally his idea. So.
Okay, Soltanic says, if only I'd known about the challenge, I would have posted the insulation work I'm doing in my attic.
Right. That's a very uncomfortable thing. I did that on my house, and no thanks. Hot, sweaty, and itchy. So,
Okay, let's see what else we have. Oh, okay, these are individual tiles.
yeah, I had, like I said, mentioned a moment ago, I had made tiles in the past, but then I was like, well, I think I want to try and and I had made some bigger magnetic tiles at like 6 inch, but I wanted to make some smaller 3x3, but make it kind of a walled maze tile.
That's what the pink
And
walls back here
yeah, I get better look at those in the next couple of pics. But that one close up there was just kind of show to kind of maintain the grid, but not make it so much a grid as like just cracks in the floor.
are. I got you.
And then yeah, the magnets, since they're a little pricey, trying to save some money by using screws. But it works out really well. They don't connect quite as tight as I would, but they hold together well enough to be usable.
Yeah,
So.
I mean, these are foam tiles. It's not like if you had some super heavy plastic or whatever. Maybe you would need something stronger, but I'm guessing this is more than enough.
Yeah, absolutely. I throw them down on like a felt, one of those like small felt blankets, a black felt blanket that
That's
also helps hold them in place.
Yeah, absolutely. Ooh, okay. Nice.
Yeah, before paint, I wanted to do a quick setup. Every time I try and work on my projects, I do take a lot of like in progress photos so they could possibly used as tutorials in the future. But which of course, again, procrastination. I've got like 5 or 6 videos that I've partially edited together for all of this stuff, and just don't ever get around to doing the voiceovers. It's like, yeah, that's bad. But yeah, I just wanted to do the quick setup to get an idea of what it looks like complete. If there's anything I would have done differently, I would have made more. But
I think you've got plenty. I mean, you don't need to cover the entire table with them.
Yeah. And of course, they don't just need to be a maze. More, they even just be used for dungeon tiles. Make some more of what I guess Wylack calls his field tiles, though tiles without walls.
Mm-hmm.
More of those. In fact, I've got quite a few of those already, but this was an add-on. Yeah, my basic paint job, pewter, brown, and then a khaki dry brush.
I mean, it is effective. I'm not gonna lie. You don't need a complex paint job.
Absolutely.
You need a good paint job.
Nope. Absolutely not. Yeah, there's a black wash on there before the final dry brush, but yeah.
Yeah, this one, yeah.
And then yeah.
Okay.
They're the same techniques that I used for that box to build those walls, just a little thin piece carved away in some sand,
Yeah, I mean, again, it's effective. How do you carve away those walls? Do you use a knife? Do you use the wavy technique on the hot wire cutter? How do you do it?
I will typically use a knife for my walls. I use a soldering iron, or I don't know if it's a soldering iron or wood burn kit to etch the flat tiles to get the carvings and the divots and everything and all that on the flat parts. But the vertical parts are all carved with a long, an Alta knife, basically.
Nice.
Just kind of chip in and pluck out and move along. Using the hot wire, I have done that in the past to make walls. It just, when you have so many to make, it just makes things so much easier. But
yeah,
I didn't have a huge amount. Most of those walls were like 12, 16-inch strips. So I just had this long strip and I just blip, 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 do the whole strip and then cut them to size rather than trying to cut 3-inch tile, so.
Okay, Cross is saying the rock definition in the bottom row of the display box is so sweet. Excellent look. Yep, I agree.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, That was a combination of sand, pebbles, and cut and foam off chips.
And a good paint job. Okay, I think I remember
And
this one.
yeah, we did the post-apocalyptic challenge, and for that, I had never built one of these like destroyed buildings, which you see all over the place for Warhammer or 40K or any variety of other things. So it was my first go at making one of those, something like that. So yeah, just a piece of Elmer's, I forget, foam core board for the base to give it a sidewalk edge, and then that is 1/4 inch. I want to say it's a floor insulation. It comes in a big accordion thing that you can open it out. But each piece is like 3 foot by 2 foot, and then it's got this thin layer of plastic to peel off. But that was definitely a mildly planned project. As I went along, I kind of realized that one floor was taller than the other, and my front-facing decor was not going to come out even. So a few adjustments along the way. So,
okay, Soltanik is saying that these are all gorgeous pieces. 100%.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I remember for this one, he had gone all out. Really, he had been. I think I made an entire city for this.
Yeah, I made 2 of these things, and then 1 or 2 small bits. But then also, all those like barricade walls and barbed wire fences. I went a little crazy on that challenge because I had been holding off making some sci-fi / post-apocalyptic terrain, but when the challenge came up, I dove in head first. And
this is the same building from before, just with extra details, yeah?
Just more details, and I may have been a little overboard on the chipped bits, but in the end, it looks all right.
If you're going to go post-apocalyptic, might as well go all the way.
Right, and I'm like, well, they've been having battles in the streets, or maybe a bomb went off nearby that blew a lot of debris, and so the smaller one sitting next to it was actually the top of that. I cut it off because I was like, well, that's a little too tall, so I chopped the top off and made a second piece there.
Okay, that works. Oh, this looks good.
I appreciate that, Karl. The thing I would do, it's a little too monotone at the base model, so I would probably give some of the trim a different color, maybe a lighter or darker color, because it's just all gray. So
yeah, possibly more browns or earth colors, just like dust that's been blown in or stuff like that.
Yeah, and they're sitting on the shelf behind me over there. So. And this was another one of those challenges you guys did for your streams. You did that transportation challenge, and I forget where I got the inspiration for this. I saw somebody had done a YouTube video about this sort of thing, and I was like, oh, I think I want to try that. So I went and thank you, Lisa. Okay. So I went ahead and built this like transportation.
Yeah, I remember this one. Again, I mean, even if you just left it as a model house, this would already have been amazing, but
yeah, thank you. And then again, kind of going back to even when we originally talked about it, it was like, those mastodons are a little small. I'm like, no, they're about 2 scale. Okay. But yeah, I hadn't really worked in that fine a detail on something. The other houses I'd made, I forget what you call that, the boards on the side, and the detail work was much thicker. All that stuff's like roughly a 1/4 inch wide. and the support beams and everything's all down to like 1/4 inch and such.
Yeah.
But that's the benefit of having a hot wire table, being able to cut that stuff. So.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, before I got the hot wire cutter, I could cut stuff pretty close to that scale, but the problem with it is that you waste so much material because miscuts and stuff like that, or the stuff breaks off. But the hot wire table is absolutely a game changer.
Yeah.
And again, I mean, like, I'm seeing the paintwork of the plastered over bits and stuff. Like that's really effective. Again, simple but very effective.
Yeah, that's it's just really just a really dirty wash in there to give that some of the texture. I didn't put any paste or anything to give it texture, just because it was just too small. Just a really nasty wash. But in hindsight, the thing would be top heavy. If they were on a curved road and you have to go really slow, it would tip over.
It's just that's the charm. I mean, look, it's a fantasy world.
Yeah, and the inspiration again. I really wish I could cite his video. He had like a whole bunch of stuff, ropes and chains and things. So.
If I'm not mistaken, it was. I believe it's an Italian YouTuber, but I could be mistaken.
Yes.
But yeah, I think I've seen his work before. If I find the channel again, I'll also post it in the links in the comments.
Okay.
I think I might have asked you before, but how did you make the leading for the windows?
Those it's a plastic like rain. God, I can't think straight. The like the downspout, your gutters on your house, they make these plastic gutter guards, and it comes in a big roll. Like I say, I thought I had it handy right next to me, but I do not. Just hold it up here, but I mean, it's like, it's roughly like 4 or 5 inches across, but like 30 feet of it on a roll. So it's enough to last a lifetime of window making.
Because I mean, I like the way that drywall tape looks as in terms of scale, but the shape of this and the way that they go over each other, I think this works even better. Okay, and this was the last one.
No, last one. Yeah, I just want to get you one from either side. But thanks, Karl. I appreciate you having me dial in.
Hey, it's always a pleasure.
Having a look at it again. Pardon me, sir?
I said it's always a pleasure to talk to you.
Oh, I appreciate that. I will hop off here. Again, that's the other side. I was always thinking, well, maybe I could counterbalance that by, I thought I could like make it a little more dark by adding a couple of like, I can't think of the term, like the cage that hangs with somebody in it, maybe some skeletal bits and things. Anyway, maybe in the future.
Yeah, I mean, like you can always add more stuff, but I think it's amazing as it is. I mean, like you put that on a table and everyone will be like, "Whoa!"
Yeah, I may just make another.
Okay.
It's like I was thinking I'm going to start going to some swap meets and selling some of my stuff off because my storage here is limited. So.
Yeah, you mentioned that's that's another challenge. All of itself.
Yeah, that's a huge challenge for me right now. But thanks, Karl. I'll hop off so we can move on. Appreciate it, man.
You have a wonderful day. And thanks again for joining.
Yeah, you too. Thank you. Thank you, everybody, for your feedback. Here we go.
Okay, that was some amazing work, and it was good to see our friendly mastodons again. Okay, going up next, let's see. Okay, see that dungeon matron did in something. Let's see. Lisa, would you like to join in on the call? Because I know you've been working a lot on this, and I believe you have a lot to tell us about your learning experiences. Okay, what I'm seeing so far, I know this is, but what we've got so far are plastic dinosaurs. Lots of plastic dinosaurs will be involved. Okay, so while Lisa lets me know, I was thinking about what we're going to do for the how are we joining. I'm just going to call you on Discord, okay? So hang on in there. Coming up. Okay, by the way, Lisa, please remember to turn off the sound on YouTube before you join. Okay, calling in. Okay, got it. Okay, Lisa, you can just pick up the call on Discord. So in the meantime, I was thinking about the next challenge, and I think we should go a little less abstract for the next one. Elisa,
Am I on?
you are on. How are you doing?
Hello.
Hello.
I'm okay. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. So, had a good day so far? I think it must be still early in the morning for you.
Oh, no, it's fine. I'm exposing myself here.
Okay.
You saw the way I named my photos. It's the Dungeon Matron's Shame. I forgot one. I forgot to submit a photo. I got to submit my idea photo. Let me do that.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Real quick. Okay. Where are you? Oh no, did I throw it out? I think I threw it out. Oh no.
That's okay. You can just
That's
tell us about it.
Okay. So, you know that I watch these crazy videos, these science videos, and I saw this tensegrity build, which was a tensegrity table, which is basically tension working against gravity to make things appear as if they're floating.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw this tensegrity table, and I was looking at the different designs, and there's even a Lego one that's similar to what I was trying to do. That's a dragon coming out of a cave, or actually, it's a pillar holding that the dragon is chained to. And I was, I can do that. I can make a tensegrity build. I'll make a really cool one that looks like the dragon's chained and is trying to attack, and people are trying to fend it off, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So I went to Temu and bought a bunch of dragons. And when they arrived, I went through the different ones I had, and I'm trying to find the one. I'm sorry?
These are the aforementioned dragons, I think, with some
they are the
modifications.
Dragons. Yes, and you can see where I made cuts and pasted it back, and I tried heating them up and bending them, but it wouldn't hold the bend.
Mm-hmm.
So because I have to have the tail curved under the wings, because I wanted the chains to come off the wings, and the tail to curve under the wings at the same point, so that it would allow for the tensegrity strain of the chains to let it float. I could not get the tail to bend properly. It kept breaking on me. So I did 2 dragons that way, and I'm like, okay, never mind. This isn't going to work. So I thought, hey, I'll make a skeletal dragon.
Ta-da!
Yeah. So I started making this skeleton.
Yeah, I remember when we were building this on the Hangout, and like, that is starting to look slightly obscene.
So I'm like, you know what? This isn't working. So I abandoned this because it just was, I just was like, I don't think this, I learned something, which is if you're going to make a tensegrity build, you have to have all of your pieces have to be very rigid, very strong. And you have to design it basically as a 3D thing, because you have to make sure that your stress points are in the right locations and that the balance of the base is equal to the balance of the part that's going to be hovering. And I was never going to be able to do it this way. So I figured out, okay. Yeah, right, Kim? I know. I have no comment either. I was going to use this as a base. This is going to be this was going to be part of the base. I thought this would be good because it's heavy.
Oh,
It
that would have
probably,
been amazing.
yeah, it would have worked. I think it would have worked fine if I could have got the dragons bent properly. So this is, I am calling this dungeon matron's shame.
Okay, but everything aside, I mean, like this one would be a great base for any number of other projects.
Oh yeah, I've been looking for something to use this one on. This was a it's resin. It's not wood.
Seriously? All right.
Yeah, it's part of a resin thing to put in the bottom of a fish tank.
Okay. Nice. Okay, so what did you learn apart from the design restrictions of a tensegrity build?
What other? I'm not sure what you mean. Sorry.
I'm just thinking because again, I mean, like you've done quite a lot of modifications on these dragons, so I figured that you must have figured something about how to mess with this sort of plastic toy or miniature or whatever.
Well, I'm actually at this point, I don't know that you could. This is a very, very dense plastic, even though you could bend it.
Mm-hmm.
The thicker parts of the plastic were extremely dense. And like I said, I had put it in hot water for a lengthy period of time and then bent it into shape and let it cool. And it still would not retain the shape. It still would. Yeah, right, Mia? Oh, you have, I was saying that. Get bent, you dragon. But it would not retain the shape, even though, oh, I found the resin base. It was part of a disposed of, um, I think it was a huge aquarium that was on the side of the road. I found it. Anyway,
So yeah, maybe places that sell aquarium supplies or stuff.
Yeah, well, yeah, in a way, sometimes I'm lucky. But so I was going to drill holes in the wings, or put either rings around the wrists or do holes, and I was going to do rings around the tail. So the tail would not hold that bend around to the back, because I wanted the dragon to look like it was flying out of the cave, not flying into the cave.
I see.
And when all of the dragons that I've had were, if they were in the flying position, for some reason they had the tail coming underneath.
Kind of weird. Okay.
It kind of looks like a sad dog to me. Anyway, and so I had to either turn the tail completely around or bend it backwards. So again, the whole getting it into shape was just a nightmare. And then so I tried cutting it and gluing it, but gluing it back with Gorilla Glue, and it just still would not maintain the strength to be able to, for the tensegrity, the tension of the tensegrity.
Did you try to pin it or something
build
like that?
to hold it? Yeah.
Right. I mean, yeah, like you said, I mean, the because of the forces involved, you really need the pieces to be designed for this kind of thing.
Exactly.
Hey,
yeah.
Look who's here. Hey, Tina.
Oh no, Tina! No, don't look. Look away. Look away. Oh, hi, honey. Welcome to my shame. So I was going to build this was going to be the base of the part of the base. And then I realized, because I was going to build foam around it and all that stuff, and I realized, oh no, this won't work at all. This is way too light. It has to be heavy, which is why I went to the resin
Mhm.
piece. That was the top part of the cave. You could see how if I were to build foam around the top of that and then around the bottom, it would have been a cave opening.
Yeah, I see what you mean. It just doesn't have the mass needed to keep everything up.
Yeah. I appreciate that, Cross. I appreciate that.
I mean, that would be 2 or 3 solid hours of good stand-up comedy. I'm just going to say that.
Oh,
But
oh my
yeah, I mean, like,
goodness.
again, I think the idea overall was doable. This piece would have worked great for that. It's just that,
Yes.
I mean, the miniatures you had available were not the right fit for this kind of thing.
Right. Right.
Yeah, I
And
mean,
this was I think I did select a challenge that's a little too challenging, and I think I created some new curse words.
But I mean, on the plus side, you learned some new things, and again, like, I don't even think it's too challenging for you. I think it's just literally a case of finding the right materials. I think that's very different.
Yeah, I think so. I think you're right. I think if I were to be able to find the dragon in the right form,
Mhm.
the right pose, with, a even weight balance between the tail and the wings, I think I could do it.
So yeah, again, I hope this happens in future because I mean, the whole idea of it looks metal as fuck.
Oh, I could see it in my mind. I wish I had the picture. I in my rage and anger, I threw out. I think I disposed of the picture because I was like, nah, be gone.
The trick, I think, would be finding the correct centers of gravity, says Chris. Yeah, mostly. But again, I don't think it's just about centers of gravity because if the shape is a certain way, it's just going to pull stuff funny.
Yeah, exactly. The balance in between the bottom chain that pulls down from the top. Thank you, wherever you are. From the top of the cave has to be absolutely center to the 2 chains on the sides that pull up from the floor. So you can see my head. Oh,
She can see in your head.
you can't. Oh, you can see in my head. um, and you have to have everything equal on the wings as well. So the tail has to be perfectly center and the wings have to be perfectly aligned on the sides.
So,
And then that has to be all perfectly aligned over the center point of the sensitivity belt.
mhm.
And getting that to work was, well, that was fun.
I
I
mean,
never got it to stand up. Never once.
I mean, that kind of thing sounds like it's going to the level of engineering. I mean, you're going to beyond crafting and into engineering there.
Oh yeah, the picture of when you see someone focusing and all the calculations are floating above their head.
Yeah.
Mine was just a bunch of question marks. Why?
So, I don't think that Sahaak Craft is in the chat. So, would you like to hang around and we can just talk crap about his builds?
Sure,
Yeah. Okay. Let's do that.
let's do it.
Okay. So, I think the first one up is some magnetic dungeon tiles.
Oh, dungeon tiles. Those are
The, the,
everyone
the,
needs them.
yeah,
I
the
don't have any.
Seriously?
I don't have any dungeon tiles.
Oh yeah, because I remember
This is what I need to do.
that sewer thing was a whole piece. I remember. Yeah, not actual tiles.
Not actual tiles, though. Yeah. I don't have straight on tension tiles. This is good. I like this. I'm looking at the texture on them. Those are really nice.
Okay, by the way, Kim is saying that she admires you for swinging for defenses. I mean, no kidding, it was a bold idea. So, yeah, props for that. Okay, in the
Thank you,
meantime,
Kim.
just going to drop Sahaak Craft's link in the chat. Great channel, where to follow if you're into crafting. And here we have a whole stack of... okay, yeah. Sahaak Craft is extremely prolific when it comes to builds.
Oh, they're magnetic. That's fabulous. Oh, I've always wanted to try that.
Okay, tell you the truth, I think I would have a fit if I had to just make sure that all of these were correctly aligned with the right polarities and stuff.
Oh, I know that I would mess it up.
You know, when I made mine, I some magnetic dungeon tiles. What I did, I was cheated a bit. So instead of setting them in the ends like Sahaak did here, I put them in the bottom of the tile, because then I can just put a magnetic whiteboard on the table, cover that, and then you can just they're just going to stick in place. You don't need them to stick to each other. You need them to stick in place.
That's a brilliant idea, Carl.
Yeah, I mean, it's a magnetism for the lazy. I mean, okay, let's be straight. This is going to be this is going to have a much stronger connection than what I did. But I think if you do it right, I think the just and you don't want to put in the effort, just putting the magnets on the bottom will work well enough.
Absolutely true. Absolutely true. But what's nice about what he has done here with the magnets at the corners is that he can offset the tiles. They don't have to be perfectly aligned. It's a good build. He put a lot of thought into it.
Yeah, I mean, so again,
Yeah, black base
this is
can't go bad
practically
there.
an industrial level.
I wonder how long this took. I wish he were here. I'd like to know how long it took for him to make all that. So what's this?
Respect on his productivity. Yeah, no kidding. I'm not sure because it's presented without any. I don't know if there's even a title on
Are these the individual blocks that go on the
I
base?
think so
I
because
think that's what they are.
they seem to match the ones in the background here. So
Yeah.
I think these are just freshly cut and untextured.
Yeah. I like his paint tones. I
Yeah.
like the color he uses for stone. That's really good.
Yeah, it's always good that those touches of green and brown and stuff. It gives it a lot of depth.
Very realistic. Ooh, runes.
Yeah. Again, I think possibly a wood burning tool there. Some chains. Skull. You gotta have skulls. It's like a union thing or something.
Well, what's a dungeon without some chains?
Okay, that's what she said.
Oh, look at that. Wow. Man, if you were to walk to a game and sit down and have this on the board, you would definitely be.
Oh, yeah.
I hope I have enough health potions.
Yeah, you see this and you know shit is going to go down.
Yeah, exactly.
And
Oh,
again,
flocking.
no, I really like this one because it's basically the exact same construction. It's just the extra decorations he put on top.
Yep.
And it changes the piece entirely.
Absolutely. You have a completely different feel from the build.
This video on these is really informative. It is, yeah. He's really good at explaining things.
I love that. Oh, wow.
Yeah, you were going to say?
Yeah, definitely needing health potions there. Look at all the blood.
And there seems
this is his mom's or not his mom, not the guy's mom, but whoever this wizard is that has this dungeon in the basement. His mom's going to come down and be like, "Yeah, you're going to clean this up, aren't you?"
We check out the details on those pillars and the little book
and
here.
everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, look at the book on the table.
Yeah.
Wow, look at the detail on that. Look at that. That's amazing.
Oh shit! I just realized that that there are also carvings on this slab over here.
Yeah, that is cool. That is so cool.
Okay, and more of them here. Now I remember that these big horn tentacle things were like hot glue. I'm not sure, if I remember correctly. It's an armature of wire, then foil, and then hot glue. But again, he's got everything in his video, so definitely go watch them there.
Tentacles.
Oh yeah, tentacles. Okay, the circle again.
Dungeon is a rental.
The dungeon is into like a Air D&D kind of thing.
They didn't get their deposit back. Oh, this is so fun. Oh, I just imagine a session on this layout would be just a blast. Wow.
Okay, and here's a different setup
Oh,
with
see?
the other tiles.
Just a little bit of flock and the whole attitude changes.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Just, little touches like that, like the flock and
Yeah.
the coloring of the things. And I really like the color of the stones.
The only thing I would say here is add a few trees, or something to give it more of a nature feel.
Mm-hmm.
But I absolutely, where this is going is absolutely spot on.
Okay, and it's also nice that these are separate blocks. It's not one piece.
Oh, that's good thinking, because you can build things up as high as you want to go with that. That's good thinking. You know what? Also, is that top part that's where the altar is? That's a step down too, so that almost kind of matches the steps coming up to it. That's actually kind of well thought out.
Yeah,
I like that.
There's a lot of good planning in this one.
That is a good idea.
Oh, hi, Lucy Collected. Good to see you. I just posted a picture from a great tree here in Madeira. Ooh, you're in Madeira. Nice.
I like trees.
Okay.
Trees are awesome.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so let's actually nip out for a second and have a look at
the... sorry, Loosely Collected. I'm glad you could be here, though. Oh, that is a cool tree.
That is an epic looking tree, Tina. Nice. Looks very epic.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, that would be great in an elven shrine forest situation.
Yeah, I know, right? Oh, I remember this one. The bolting is just a marble, and then that's a little jewelry bead under it.
Oh, that's clever.
It's pretty cool because it's got that shine and stuff to it already.
Yeah, yeah. Nice flopping. Haven't had enough coffee, okay?
Okay, you're forgiven.
Okay. Oh, and I like how the statues are. I guess they're metallic and they've got the rust on them, and they're so nice. I like that they're not. I like that they're not stone, so it gives some color.
Oh yeah. Actually,
Different color to
that
it.
is a good point. That is a good point.
That's some good rust effect too. That's nice. That's really nice.
Ooh, I love the painting on this one.
Oh man.
Okay, just give it a second. Comment. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, this must have taken some time.
Okay. I think it's mostly washes. So again, it's like I was saying to me earlier. It's not a complex paint job, but it's a good paint job.
Yes. Although complex in the time that it took, because painting those individual blocks, different shades of grays and browns, must have taken some time.
I mean, painting the whole thing here would have taken time, but for example, you can tell
Yeah.
that these are washes, for example,
Yes.
and
Yeah.
this is either pigment or a wash. Now that I mentioned, pigments are something that I really want to experiment with more because they're really good at giving that dusty effect. I'm pretty sure he did this with washes, but I think he might also have used pigments. I'm not sure.
I'm going to put out a suggestion for a challenge, which is different ways to use color.
Hmm. Definitely. Just
I like how, sorry.
No, sorry. I was saying definitely an interesting one.
I like how the blocks are not all the same level. There's some are deeper than others or off kilter. I like that a lot. I think it gives it such age. This thing has been around for a long, long time. Water.
So okay, it's the same frame of I'm going to say magnetic. Yeah, they're the magnetic tiles from earlier, but this time it's about around a block of water.
It's a magic swimming pool. It's a block. It's a block of stone, and ta-da! Now there's water. Let's go in. That's cool.
Yeah, and again, these blocks of water, if I remember correctly, are like a set. So like they're tiles in themselves. So if you want to stop a port scene or whatever, plop three of them down, plop the stone blocks next to them, put in some piers and stuff. You have a port.
You could do lava, you could do water,
Oh yeah, absolutely.
stone. Yeah. Oh yeah. That's brilliant. Sand.
Okay, now we have a little
Oh,
arena.
that would be great for like a sandworm kind of enclosure. My pet sandworm. Yeah.
I mean, you could even put up stands or steps around it, and you have an arena.
Sorry, I had a mouthful of coffee. Yes,
That's all
that's a
right.
good idea.
Coffee's good. Okay, now we have some, going to say, work in progress dungeon walls.
Oh, there.
Good lord, that's a lot of magnets, though.
There's
That,
some,
that
magnetic.
is a lot of magnets.
And the texture's going on there.
Yeah, I'm going to possibly, it's either a rock texture or a aluminum foil ball texture.
Yeah. You know, the thing I've not tried magnets yet. I'm going to. I have actually bought them. I just haven't done anything with them yet. The thing that I always wondered about was, okay, so you see them there and you can they're showing. When you cover them, obviously you don't want them showing in the final build. Does that affect the strength of the magnet?
Not really. Not really. I mean, if you put it under 3 inches of something, yeah, obviously it would affect it. But rare earth magnets are very strong.
Yeah. And I've always wondered after a while of, attaching and reattaching, does it wear off whatever you put on the magnet? Because
Mhm.
it's the magnet part is the one that's going to be touching something repeatedly. You
Not
have to
that
keep touching them up.
not that I've noticed, but sorry, I mean
Really?
the magnet will not be affected much. The paint will get chipped though.
Yeah, that's what I mean. The paint will, you'll have to retouch the paint all the time. Not all the time, but every once in a while.
No, it's practically every time because it's so strong. From what I've experienced, at least.
Really? Ah, okay.
Yeah, I mean,
That's something I always wondered.
what I remember though, I remember that I think it was Luke from Luke's APS. So basically, what he had suggested for magnetizing parts was he was painting this large multi-part model with replaceable weapons, I think, and he didn't want to have to repaint the joints every time. So if I remember correctly, what he had done was that after he installed the magnet, he had just given it a coating of and painted over it and stuff. I think he had given it a coating of, I forget if it was 5-minute epoxy or super glue.
And that didn't affect the strength of the magnet connections?
No, I mean, like both of those would be thin enough not to affect the connection, and they would protect the paint under it.
I guess it would also depend on the strength of the magnet you're using.
Yeah, I mean, neodymium magnets, those would be, they would definitely damage stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, actually, I'm thinking if you just bury the magnet in a little deeper, you might end up with less wear and tear because you don't get that impact when they connect.
Right. Right. Well, in your case, if done with your whiteboard, you wouldn't have to worry about painting it at all because it's on the underneath side.
Yeah. The only thing that I was worried about was the magnet getting ripped off when you remove it. But because again, I'll be honest, the connection of the magnet to the whiteboard is stronger than the connection of the magnet to the foam. But if you glue them in with epoxy, you don't have a problem.
Yep.
They're not going anywhere.
Oh, Lucy's Collector's got to go back to work.
Oh
no.
Oh no. Good luck, sir.
Take care.
I have a bunch of glow-in-the-dark synthetic rubber tentacles. They are supposed to go on your fingers. Yeah, we definitely need to know more about those later.
Yes.
Okay.
Never enough tentacles.
So what I think we're seeing here are the floor tiles with the attachments for the magnetic walls.
Oh, okay. So there's the cover that I was, the disguising of the magnet that I was.
Yeah, unless they're the walls, I'm not sure. They might also be the walls.
And you really can't tell they're there unless you really look for it.
You know what I'm thinking also? The way that these are set up. The parts that connect would be hidden below the level of the floor tile anyway. So even if there are scratches, it wouldn't be very visible.
Right. Yep. Yep.
Ooh.
Insets. Those are great.
Yeah, again, multi-layered foam. I like the ornament.
Yeah, I do too. I was looking at that going, he lucked out and getting something that cool.
I mean, I remember when Gerard was explaining this thing about layering to us because it really does add so much to a build.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, I think again
modular stuff. I love the modularity.
These are the tiles we were looking at earlier.
That is fabulous.
Yeah.
That's good stuff. This is good.
Oh, okay. These doors are removable, so we can pull the door out of the thingy.
Oh, yeah, you could do portcullises and doors and just have it or an opening. Oh, that's brilliant.
I think I've also seen want to say Max DM Crafting, definitely Waylock, but I think it's also Max DM Crafting doing this. It's a neat trick.
It is neat. It is neat.
And again, I mean,
That
just
is
the
neat.
sheer volume of these. Oof.
Yeah. This would be a great table to sit at, really,
Oh yeah.
honestly.
I mean, I would love to play on this
Fantastic.
stuff.
Oh, yeah. Hello.
Oh dear.
This is the meeting room at my last job.
Okay, let's see. Oh, it's a pretty amazing setup. I really like that.
It is. That's wow. I love the ingenuity of people. Just wonderful. Gives me warm fuzzies.
And more ideas for more stuff to do later.
I love in the wall there the extra textures inside those alcoves. Those are
Have you noticed that the texture has a tail as well?
yeah. That is awesome. I like that. That's really a lot of thought went into this. A
Yeah.
lot of thought. And I like that the walls are not so high that you can't actually see into the space.
Yeah, I remember when he was on the stream a while back, he had mentioned that I think it was his first project. He had made this kind of box dungeon room kind of thing, and that was a problem because getting your hands in it or looking over it was a problem. So I'm guessing that's one of the things he adapted to this.
This is the boardroom. This is where the meetings go down. Oh, sewer. Ha-ha.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it's not.
I
That's a
think
door.
it's
I
just a
thought
dead
that was a
end.
grate.
Just a dead end.
Yeah, okay, gotcha. I thought that was a grate at the end. Sorry.
That's all right. Okay, I mean, okay. To be fair, this was a lot more than 5, but it was worth it.
No, that's good stuff. That was a treat.
Okay, so let's see. I think coming on to Questboard Terrain next.
Okay, you want me to drop?
Yeah,
I will give her some space.
okay. So, Kim, would you like to jump into a call?
All right, Kim, blow us away. All right, talk to you later, Carl.
Okay, see ya.
Bye.
Bye. Okay, so yeah, that was some good stuff. But coming up next is also something that had a quick peek earlier, and I think it looks amazing. And even more amazing is that it wasn't even finished yesterday, so I was really surprised about that. Okay, you can find Questboard Terrain's channel over here, and I'm just going to start. 1 sec, please. Hello.
Well, hello.
Hey, how are you doing?
Doing okay. Yeah, I was just under the wire.
Only just, but I mean, like, let's bring it up because this is pretty amazing.
Oh, I appreciate that.
Okay, so what do we have here?
Oh, wait, hold on. Okay, I think that's better. Can you still hear me? I just muted my
I hear you.
YouTube. Okay, good. I forgot to do that. I'm sorry.
That's right.
And I did get my video done.
Oh, you
I
did?
just published it. Yeah.
Okay, so
It's only like 2 minutes. So
Okay, in the meantime, I dropped your the link to your channel in the chat, so people can go and find it later.
Oh, cool. Thank you. I do have the link if you want me to put it in, but
Yeah,
to the
if you can
video.
throw it my way, I'll just paste it there.
Okay, I'm gonna put it in Discord. There we go. I put it in Discord.
Okay, coming up. And pasting it here. Okay, so
Yeah, Blue Diamond. It's either from Salty Nick. Yeah, it's just I had out of my comfort zone. I usually don't do sci-fi. I enjoy sci-fi, but I don't usually craft sci-fi. So I wanted to do that, and I had a computer board from my old DVR device, and I ripped it out and ripped it apart and used a bunch of glow paint. And thought it.
Oh, so that's what that
I
light
thought
is.
it came out sort of cyberpunky. Yeah, glow paint and UV
nice.
light.
Ooh.
And it matched the game we just played. I was like, that was interesting.
Oh, yeah. So it's a coincidence, or was it inspired by?
Coincidence.
Okay.
I've been working on it for about a month off and on, and then finally had to buckle down and get it together.
It's good. This picture especially is good. Does look like a cityscape.
Yeah. I was trying for it, and I don't know the dimensions. I don't know the scale.
Details.
I do not know scale.
Thing is that you don't need to. If you want to use this at your table or whatever, you don't even need to put miniatures on it or whatever. Just use it like to set the scene, like a background image kind of thing. You don't need.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay,
I was trying to figure out. Sorry, go on.
No, go on. Trying to figure out.
No, I was trying to figure out when I was thinking of scale. Is there a way to do that? And I thought, like you said, it could just be a table piece, a set piece to look at where the locations, the different buildings, and I tried to make it look like different factions with the different colors.
Okay.
If I did have a story, I did it very quickly, so I don't really have an actual story, but you can sort of see the different areas, the dining, the wonderful high-rise dining area. It's a hotel with an excellent restaurant inside, and the medical location, and the power plants, and the pleasure building is back there.
Is this the one with the flower thing on it?
No, it's on the other side. I don't know if I have a good picture of it. Oh, yeah, from the top you can see it. You can see the dice. I know I put wash on it, so it's a little hard to see the building with the dice.
Oh,
on
this
top.
one. Okay.
Yep. And then there's lips next to it. So it's like that's the pleasure area right there.
Gotcha. Restaurant. Sushi place.
Yeah.
Okay.
The not lower classes and lower class, but not the high end, like middle class food places there. And the orange are little vehicles, sort of rented automatic vehicles.
Okay.
That come out of the disc orange areas. That's what my brain sees, but it could be anything.
First says that looks great. I need a bigger UV light. I got the paints, but only a tiny UV flashlight.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I do have. I actually bought one of those fingernail hardening lights, so I can use that to harden UV resin.
But don't they have like a cowl or something? It's like you would stick your hands under it, or is it just an exposed light? How does that?
There is something underneath it, but you can remove that.
Ooh, okay.
So I just sort of prop it up, and not in my face. I just prop it up so it can light what I needed to light. Yeah.
Okay, Dungeon Matron is saying, ironic that we just played a sci-fi adventure yesterday that fit
Yeah.
this perfectly.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Just to, which is actually, oh, hey, Loosely Collected, welcome back.
Hey.
Okay, and that actually gives us a good segue because the game we were playing was Little C's game for one of Little C's games for Crit, which will be up at the end of this month. So there are still open places.
Yeah.
So if anyone wants to join in there, I'll be running some games. Kim will be running some games. Chris will be running some games, and there's a whole lot of games going on. So if anyone wants to join in, bring it.
Yeah, and Lisa's running. Yeah, Lisa's running.
Oh
too.
yeah,
I'm
Lisa
excited
joined in
about
as well.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
nice. Okay, so
Yes, old DVR.
so what did you apart from the sci-fi thing? What was out of your comfort zone?
What I really wanted to try, and I didn't have the time, was to do more lighting. I've done a little bit of lighting, but I was gonna do a lot of lighting, maybe have holes drilled in the bottom and UV coming up from the bottom. And so I was trying to do more lighting. But I wasn't able to get to that. But it was primarily new techniques because of and as you saw yesterday, I was trying to figure out how to make the capacitors and everything look like buildings and and things like that, and trying to reshape my mind to see, well, what actually equals what in this world without ripping everything up, because I wasn't going to have time to rip everything up and start from scratch. So I just ripped up the things I thought would be necessary to move or easy to move. I tried to make it look like there were some lights that were out, some people that were not in their apartments at that moment. So there's a lot of things I could have done, but I was just trying to get the overall feel.
Yeah, Loosely Collected is saying I might use something like that for the Judge Dredd Minis game. Yeah, for sure.
Oh,
for sure.
Yeah.
And it reminds me out of the. Did you ever watch those behind the scenes documentaries for movies like Blade Runner and stuff, where they do the practical effects?
Yes.
That this reminds me so much of it.
Yeah. Oh,
and yeah, Grimwood Games reminded us that he's running games at Crit 2.
Oh, wonderful. Hello, Grimwood.
Okay, let's see. Loving how much those radiator fins on the components resemble comic blocks, brutalist architecture. Yeah.
Yeah. That's very true.
Back here,
I was trying to make it classy, but I was trying to make it classy without having to unsolder it. I did unsolder a couple of things, but most of it I either cut or ripped out.
I think this absolutely worked. Okay, and also I believe that I think you're especially short on time for this one because you're also working on your dungeon for Dungeon Jam, yeah?
Oh yes, yeah, and I really tried to I did the video, did the adventure and all that. So I was trying to make that as fine tuned as I could. Always, of course, looking back at it, there are things I would still change, but I walked away.
I think it was pretty good. I mean, like the adventure definitely has your classic creepy vibe.
Yes. Thank you.
Okay, and
that was amazing. I'm just sorry, but just saying, Dungeon Jam was amazing.
It was a whole lot of fun.
A great collaboration opportunity.
Hi there, Dr. Rain. Good to see you. So,
hey, Dr. Rain.
I left the link to the Dungeon Jam channel. There's a playlist with all the videos of everyone who took part. So if you like tabletop role play games of any flavor, jump in there, do yourself a favor, pick up some adventures and run with them. They're all free, and there's a whole bunch of people. We've been in hangouts with them a lot in the past couple of weeks, and they're a great bunch. We even found a pirate.
Yes. Yeah. One other piece on this
Mhm.
is I don't even know if I have a good picture of it, but there is one area on the opposite side that has green, a small number of green housing units.
Let's
Yeah, I'm
greenhouse.
not sure if I have a good pic.
You mean
Yeah.
these ones? Yeah, these ones.
Now those are supposed to be blue, but they
Oh,
they
okay.
look green in this light, and there's only a couple of them. Oh, well, if you see at the top left.
Okay.
So that would be the lower class. So it's sort of separated by different classes. So they are sort of sectioned off and
Okay.
don't have access for to the main thing. They have their own little area. So it was just like I was just trying to make a story out of the whole board.
That's pretty cool. Yeah. But again, it's a lot of thinking considering it's a whole freaking city.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, again, if I was running a cyberpunk game or a sci-fi game of any sort, I mean, having this in the backdrop would be amazing.
I think it would work like that. I think that's exactly how I think it would probably work.
Okay, so yeah, good stuff. Okay, let's see. Cover everyone. Yeah, I think it's just mine left. So if you like to stay on and roast me, you're more than welcome.
Oh yeah. Oh, okay. Let me take some notes.
Okay, I didn't actually have time to build something, but I did paint something which was way outside my comfort zone,
Hmm.
and that was patterns on clothes.
Oh, cool. Oh, look at that. Oh, yes, that came out really good.
And it really didn't help that this
I
guy
like
is
that.
really tiny. So
He's really tiny. He's really small. That
just,
came out very, very clear.
just, just to give you a picture. That's how tall he is.
He's the size of the tip of your thumb.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and
I see.
yeah, Dungeon Matron says she loved the use of glowy paint. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, thank you. But yeah, no, that the pattern came out very clearly.
So the thing that always held me back on this is that you only kind of do this kind of thing after you finish painting the miniature.
Mm.
And it's always a case of, okay, I painted it. It's looking nice. Do I really want to risk ruining it?
Yeah. So, question, did you paint the area yellow and then go back with green? How did you
Okay, so
get the pattern?
the easiest way to work with this is put on the brightest color first, in this case, yellow.
Mm. Mhm.
Then you take a brush and you paint in guiding lines. So you literally just draw the outline of where the green will go. Now, the thing about it is that the mistake I had made in the past when I was trying this was to use a small brush. It will not work with a small brush.
Hmm.
You need the biggest brush you can find with a sharp point. Reason being that if you use something like a fine detail brush, like a 000 or something, you cannot pick up enough paint to make a clean line.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So you have to get the paint will literally just dry in your brush. It will make a mess.
Mhm.
So instead, you have to use a larger brush with a sharp point, and just be very careful.
Do you remember the number brush that you used, or was it just one that you knew the size would be right for this?
This number 2. One sec.
Number 2?
Finger for skill.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Oh,
Okay.
by the way, this rubber thingy here is really comfortable.
Good.
I never had any brushes like this, but this is super comfortable.
Very cool.
Do I see teeth as well? Yes, you do see teeth indeed.
Yeah.
I even painted in the eyeball.
Did you use that brush to do the eyeball and the eyeline, the eyebrows and everything?
No,
The
no, no.
eyeliner?
That's what I use the fine detail
As a
brush.
zero?
I
Okay.
did the triple zero brush for. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can see that I missed the spot down here, but again, that's so small. You're seeing this about 40 or 50 times the original size. It doesn't matter. So yeah, this one I was really happy with.
Yeah, that came up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, yeah.
Do you have a picture of the back, or did I miss that, or you just have the front?
I didn't take one of the back, I think, but I can take one later. Oh yeah, and by the way, I was really happy with the bottle as well.
Oh,
Healing
you
potion.
can see the gradation really nicely.
Okay, I could have done a better job of cleaning up the molding list, but yeah, it's all right. It's all right.
Yeah.
Okay, now this one, I was a bit less happy with the tattoos. I think I should have gone for a different color. But again, I did learn more about painting tattoos because when I tried them before, I would just draw the lines on, or what the patterns or whatever. But the trick to them is going back on top of them with a very diluted skin color to make it look like they're under the skin.
Oh, that's a great point.
So yeah, I'm not happy with how the patterns came out, but the color itself, I think, works really well. In this case, it's like blue on the pants, blue on the tattoos. It's
Right.
too much blue, but the pants on the other hand, I'm very happy with. I like their pants.
I was gonna say his butt's tattooed. It's a great mini, though.
Yeah, these are some 1991 Games Workshop miniatures, I believe.
Are those metal?
Yeah, these three are this one is plastic. Let's see. When I started painting minis, I always try to get the smallest brush possible. These days, I find it a lot more important to have a good. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, by the look on this little dude's face, he's really annoyed by the fly in the room. Okay, and the potion bottle is really well done. Yeah, thank you,
Yes.
Lisa.
Yes.
I think I've got a how-to guide, a set of pictures. So somewhere on Facebook, I'll probably move that back into a Discord because it's not as complicated as it looks. So yeah, I think
Does take patience, though.
not really, because I think it's like let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 colors. Maybe 5 if you want to put some more shine on the glass, but 5 colors and that's all you need. It's just about where you put them. Okay, and yeah, I think we covered everyone for tonight.
Oh, thank you, Carl.
Hey, Kim, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me. Absolutely. These are some really, really cool and very different submissions. They were really nice.
Okay, Loosely Collected has some material. I think Loosely Collected, you could submit them or you could save them for the community showcase on the next stream, especially if you're still working on them. I think it's even better. Okay, so Kim, thank you again. And yeah, do you have any suggestions for the next challenge?
For some reason, the word scream came to mind, but I don't know how that would be interpreted for people.
Okay, well, I mean, we will be bouncing it around in the Discord later on and before we decide on a new one. But I was thinking to go for something less abstract, but we will definitely be discussing that. So if anyone is
Sure.
watching and is not in the Discord yet, let me just post the link where they can come in and add their voice to the discussion.
Absolutely. It's a great community out there, and I thank you, Carl, for doing these interviews, doing these showcases. It really brings a lot of people together, and so I very much appreciate it.
I mean, I love doing this stuff. It's and I learn so much from it myself.
Yes, absolutely.
Texture challenge, that's a strong one, Lisa. That is a strong one. Texture challenge. But
Ooh.
yeah, I believe we shall move this discussion to Discord. Thank you everyone so much for being here, and it's been a pleasure as always. And we'll catch you on the next one. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.